This video relates to a Good Samaritan that protected a woman from being killed, as the report is saying, at the hands of a police officer. Go ahead.
Jonathan Osborne has spent the last 3 days here at the Clark County Jail awaiting those official charges. Meanwhile, his wife and a stranger who attempted to try and rescue her from that alleged beating are now recovering from their injuries. We spoke to that Good Samaritan who tells us about the shocking encounter with this LMPD police officer.
I just did what I thought was right. I just couldn't stand to see somebody get hurt. I know normally somebody's quick to grab their phones out and just record it, but I just can't bear to see somebody being treated like that. I just couldn't do it.
It was the night of the Super Bowl when Louis Mossy was driving through Sellersburg when he watched the car in front of him crash into the parking lot of a John Deere store. The two occupants quickly got out, at which point Mossy heard the male passenger yelling at the female driver.
The next thing I knew, he took 2 or 3 steps towards her and punched her in the jaw.
The force knocked her to the ground. While calling for help, Mossy attempted to approach the couple.
She was trying to get up on her hands and knees, and he took 2 steps forward towards her and just kicked her right in the head, and I was shocked. I couldn't believe it.
The man behind the alleged beating, 34-year-old Jonathan Osborne, a 10-year veteran in the Louisville Metro Police Department.
I noticed that he had her in a chokehold, and he was standing behind her, and her feet were barely touching the ground. And I didn't know if he was trying to kill her or what.
Mossy says it was then that he tackled Osborne to the ground, breaking his own wrist.
And obviously he was injured for doing that. He could have been killed. And we live in a day and age where people are terrified of stepping in if they see a police officer hurting someone. There's a video I played a couple months ago where a drunk police officer was trying to arrest a woman because she didn't go home and have sex with him. It was all being done in the public. It was being filmed. And so it's not just people that take a shot at meth in outer southeast Portland right off 139th and Powell that go ape shit like a monkey. But we also see police officers that enjoy their position of power, acting in some cases like they're possessed by an entity. And we see them punching women in the face, kicking them in the head, karate style. That's a famous video that's out there. Taking a 14-year-old black girl and, throwing her on the hood of a car. Yeah, for those people that are protesting, some of these recent situations that have taken place, where were they when the 14-year-old was literally body slammed by a large buff white cop? Where were they then? And so there are many stories where women have been victimized and men have been victimized by the police, and the population does nothing. Unless, of course, CNN and the media wants to race bait and tell them to care. And this is a problem. This is an issue within our society.